Greetings and hallucinations to all you folks out there. I have a little bit of a different game for you today. This is Claustrophobia on the pyramid. You can see the red line around the outside edge here. I believe this is a team game. Yes, it is. So, this is a 3 versus 3 on the pyramids, which you all know, and I'm not going to go into tremendous detail on the map. You know about the reclaim and the setup and all that kind of stuff. And you see this crazy power generator spam going down towards the center of the map. Well, for those of you who have not seen Claustrophobia before, how the game plays is after the preparation time is done, it starts a timed cycle where at the end of every cycle, the map disappears outside this red border. Everything that is outside of the red border is killed, and you have the inner edge to work with. And then another section of the map will turn red. After the next time cycle, it will shrink again, and it keeps on shrinking and shrinking until I believe it's like maybe 10-15% of the map is left. So basically, we'll be left with a little square right here around the central pyramid. That is at the end of the game. I have not seen Claustrophobia played as a team game before. I've always seen it played as a free-for-all, so this should be interesting to watch, and we'll just have to see how it goes. Alright, gonna bump up the speed here just a hair, and we will introduce the teams. On the northern side, we have Kosher, Silent, and Mephi. On the southern side is Meow, Odin, and Nekwilich. It looks like the northern team has a bit of a rank advantage, but sometimes in these oddball games, rank is really not a good indicator of who is going to win. So we'll just have to see how well the teams work together and what all is accomplished. Going to see a little bit of early aggression from Silent. He is going to send a flare across, accompanied by a scout, hopefully snipe off any early engineers that he can find. Unfortunately, the ACU is making a direct push all the way up to the front, and he actually dropped engineers at the front to get a factory up even faster. The teams are going to try to lock down this center plateau, because if you can get the mass extractors and the eco in the center and do a bit of buildup, you will have a head start on the game when it starts shrinking. Alright, something to remember. Ooh, somebody forgot a mass extractor. Something to remember about Tech 1 mass extractors: they pay for themselves in like 9 seconds. So as long as you're 9 seconds outside of a shrink phase, building the Tech 1 mass extractor is worth it. In 10 seconds, you will be +4 net mass for having built it. Alright, Silent is going to start throwing down a land factory and immediately get an upgrade going on his ACU. Nekwilich is going to push a little bit. Looks like he's going to get aggressive. It would be nice if he could force Silent out of that upgrade, but Silent is pegging away at it as quickly as he can with the help of an assisting engineer. Nekwilich really needs to put an end to that. He has the opportunity to do so. We'll have to see if he can actually carry through with it. Have a nice little run by here for, that is Mephi, messing with Meow. Meow was able to just barely get tanks online in time to repel that attack. Silent is going to finish this upgrade, but it is going to be at the sacrifice of most of his health. That was a Tech 2 upgrade too, not the gun. So he may be in a bit of a tough spot here. Nekwilich, it will be a mutual KO, I think, if he manages to kill him. But there is a second ACU coming up. Mephi is here to help his bud. 28 health, down to 25, building a factory to stop the advance of that ACU. And now Mephi is going to take over and repel that advance. Alright, very well done in the mid there. Nice coordination for the northern team in forcing Nekwilich back. That is going to be a net win for the north. Silent did get his Tech 2 online, so he is going to be able to turn this into a Firebase war. You know how I feel about Firebases, but in this case I will make an exception because you will need to turtle in the center. Alright, shrink number 2 coming right now. You can see how the map just shrunk. Now these 2 mass extractors and these 3, all of those are going to be lost when the map shrinks the next time. This was a bad idea right here. That upgrade I would actually not really be upgrading any mass extractors. I would be going for reclaim, because there is reclaim aplenty on this map, and I would be forcing as much spam as I could and maybe upgrading like these 2 mass extractors that are going to be alive for a long time. When you dump that mass into these on the outside that are lost in 2 ticks, it's very likely that they will not even pay for themselves on that upgrade. So it's just something to bear in mind. You don't want to waste mass in a game like this, because that will put you behind, and behind equals dead. Alright, Meow does have a significant amount of land spam. I think he actually has the most land units of any one player. But Kosher has gone Tech 2. He built his Tech 2 HQ about 5 ticks away, which will give him plenty of time to get some units out. He's got a lot of assistance on that, pushing pillars as fast as he can. I'm sure he's going to store them up right here next to his ACU and this Firebase to get the most effectiveness out of them that he can. Mephi is going to claim the side expansion. He has a few tanks out here throwing down a land factory. He's going to get some protection up, and that'll give him 3 extra mass extractors at least for a little while. And you can see how these guys are setting up their power spam in the center. They're trying to get their factories online in the center. Got fire bases going up, Tech 2 PGen. Everything is concentrated in the middle of the map. It really forces the issue. This is kind of a cool game mode. And you can see now we're missing the entirety of the air and side players' bases. Nekulich is the only one that still has his eco. Alright. Mobile missile launcher does not do a whole lot of good when it is firing directly into the side of the pyramid. Kind of a fail moment there, but we will let it slide, because this game mode kind of screws with your head. Alright, Meow is going to attempt to push up the right side. That is going to get shut down because Mephi has plenty of tanks, although he only has 3 factories now since the last recession. My goodness, seems like you could apply this talk to economics. So once his supply of tanks is used up here, he's actually going to have troubles getting more for himself. Mephi is probably getting the brass upgrade, I would think. That is a center chest upgrade, so that is going to be either, I don't know, brass might be useful because it will give you the resources to scramble units for a longer period of time. But at the same time, nano regen would be an amazing choice, because it would make your ACU much more survivable, and having your ACU as basically a Rambo comm would be a huge plus. This is a horrible point defense placement. I can't believe that. Just building it directly in line with the edge of the pyramid. It can only hit things if the units come way out here. Silly obsidian. Alright, this is quite an impressive point Firebase that Kosher has created for himself here. Silent has donated a lot of mass to it as well. They're keeping their Tech 2 PGens in here so they can keep their shield online for as long as possible, and Kosher is probably getting the Tech 3 upgrade. If he can get a couple of Tech 3 point defense online and protect them, he will be able to whittle down all of the defenses that Meow and others have put up. So that would give them a pretty significant advantage in the coming moments. Alright, we are approaching shrink number 9. We're missing about 20% of the map. Now, more like 30% of the map now. Tons of mobile missile launchers. Flapjacks aplenty pushing towards the mid. That is actually a fantastic choice, because that is going to be incredibly useful in the coming point defense war. You can see a huge flapjack spam for Meow as well, throwing up Tech 2 point defense and covering them with his mobile missile launchers. Mephi did get the nano regen upgrade. You can see he has an impressive 20k health and a couple of hundred regen on that comm. So it is still killable at this point fairly easily, but he does have a powerful tool for knocking back the enemy forces. And you can see he basically eliminated most of the point defense line, and he was trying to get in and land an overcharge on the mobile missile launchers. but that just didn't happen. However, he was able to push them back enough to get just a couple of seconds of breathing space, give his team a little time to build. Kosher did not get the Tech 3 upgrade. He has got 2 upgrades there. That is probably the gun upgrade. Well, crap. Let's see here. Resource allocation and Tech 2. That is going to let him run any shields he wants to and build whatever he wants as long as this game runs on, because his ACU will be manufacturing its own resources. All right, Odin went for the comm shield gun Tech 2. That is a brilliant combo on this map. A very survivable ACU, kind of like what Mephi went for. And Silent went comm shield as well. That is another advantage that Kosher is going to have, having resource allocation. He's going to be overflowing power because air is not going to play a big part, so you're never going to max out your resource allocation. And that is going to keep his teammates' shield from stalling. So that's going to give him a pretty significant advantage. All right, we've got 2 versus 1 comm down below 10k health actually for Meow. Below 8 now. That is starting to be a little bit dicey of a situation. Silent has not even shed all of his ACU shield yet. Meow is going to use the terrain to his advantage, dart around the back side of that plateau, and Silence is going to come around from the rear. There is point defense there. I would have loved to have seen an overcharge on this power storage while the ACU is there, dealing instant 1k damage. That would be a pretty cool little side effect of killing those. Not to mention eliminating Meow's overcharge ability. So kind of a double win there. Got an upgrade going down on this ACU. That is a center chest upgrade, probably going nano as well. Alright, point defense is looking healthy in the mid. This is a very good looking Firebase, but unfortunately when you have 25 to 30 flapjacks pounding down on you, there's not a whole lot that TMD can do. Alright, 14 of 25 coming up in just a second. I think roughly half the map is gone now. Possibly slightly more than half. Not good at estimating when you're losing from all 4 sides. Alright, these guys really need to do something about these mobile missile launchers. And another upgrade on the commander. That is a center chest. So, tac missile, commander shield, something is going on there. There's the shrink and all of the buildings dying outside the circle. I have to wait just a moment to see what that is. And it is comm shield. Tech 2 Rascom. He does not have the gun upgrade, but he does have the overshield, so survivability is key in a game like this. Meow did get his personal shield back up, so that's an instant health benefit for him. And it is 2v1 again on that. Nekwalich, I believe, got the tac launcher, which is a brutal melee weapon for the Seraphim comp. No, we got resource allocation. That was mobile missile launchers hitting the ground that I saw. My bad, peoples. Misinterpreting what I'm looking at. This is basically a hectic ACU scramble. Honestly, I think the tac launcher would actually do a fantastic job in this type of gameplay. I'd have to look and see. I'm not sure whether the tac launcher does damage through the shield, the personal shield, because it does have the AoE. I know overcharge does damage through the shield, but I'm not sure about tac launcher, because that would be a really effective way of circumventing the fact that your opponent has that shield. Even though the exterior shield has, you know, 30k-ish health, I believe. There's only, what, 16k, 14k on these comms. So a couple attack missiles and they'd be dead. Alright, the northern team has gone on the offensive. They've got 3 very healthy looking commanders. 30,000 health on Mephi's with insane regeneration. He has vetted up several times. They're actually going to push the ACUs all the way back to the cover of their Firebase. That was an impressive move. And we've got Percival's on the field. They actually got a Tech 3 land factory up down here. They're going to lose it again in just a few moments. Oh, that hurt to watch. Did not have the Tech 3 artillery all the way under the shield, and so a couple of them got killed by counterfire. Both of these teams have done this. They're building Tech 3 artillery to lob arty shots right over the top of the pyramid. That is great. All right, 20 of 25 coming up. We're closing down on the center. Honestly, there's still five shrinks to go. It is just going to be a little sliver of land left around the center pyramid when this is all said and done. I am foreseeing a game of Ring Around the Rosie until someone loses. Might even lose multiple comms in a nuclear hug. All right, Northern team wins the Firebase war. Kosher's Tech 3 artillery was finally able to break down the shield and eliminate most of the buildings in there. We've got another shield going up for Nekwalich, so Seraphim shields are tough son of a guns, but they have lost a lot of their base, so that's not going to be easy. Odin has his full shield back up, and Meow just lost his shield, so he is hightailing it back to the cover of his team's base. Tech 1 bombers being produced by Mephi. They're getting to the point now where they're going to have to start moving units forward and deciding what they're going to preserve and what they're going to take a loss on. Because, as you can see, the next shrink is actually going to cut out some of their factories and build power, some point defense, that kind of thing. Although apparently factories can survive half in the black. I guess the halfway mark on the actual unit is the determining factor. Oh! And Meow was the first one to get toasted. Took artillery to the face with his shield down. That is a strap bomber from Nekwalich. That is impressive. He got a Tech 3 air factory up. So this bomber is just going to keep circling and laying fire down on the enemy team. Another shrink. All right, it is 2 versus 3, and the 3 have a good base. However, that strap bomber is basically just going to be able to circle unopposed. Where did it go? It should be back by now. I wonder if a shrink, when it's outside the map, killed it. Either that or it got shot down by the railguns, one or the other. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it was cool while it lasted. Alright. Kosher is determined to build to the very end. He's laying down shields, and this is going to... Oh, Nekwalich, don't stand outside. Don't stand outside. Get back in. Get back in. Don't die. That would be a terrible way to go. And he's in. Good deal. Building himself some radar. That was the final map shrink. This is our playing field. Oh, this is ludicrous. Alright. One of them did get RAS, so the shields are going to survive. They have no need for Tech 1 power generators. I have no idea why Odin is building Tech 1 power generators. That is a complete waste. And Silent, Mephi, and Kosher are basically sitting tight in the comfort of their home base, raining fire down upon the heads of the enemy team with 4 demolishers that they were able to preserve. So this does not look good for Odin and Nekwalich. I must say, I think this may be the end. Someone call Adele. I almost made a "so the fat lady can sing" joke, but I guess that would be kind of disrespectful. She's not fat, so I'm not gonna go there. Odin getting brave. Gonna dance around the corner of the pyramid here and try to go back and get his shield online before he gets toasted. Nekwalich is gonna maintain fire on Mephi, trying to keep his health down. Odin gonna go back and catch demolishers. He has accepted his fate. He's going to dive right in. And point defense. He is dead. Oh, 300 health, 200, 100, and down goes the Southern team. Alrighty, that is game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I think I've casted one Claustrophobia before on Settins. It is a cool game mode. It does not get played very often, but you guys should go check it out. It is in the featured mods list on the left-hand side of the Find Games tab in the FAF lobby. One of those awesome games that have been added with the Forged Alliance Forever client. Alrighty guys, that is going to wrap it up for me and this cast. As always, thank you so much for watching. By the way, one final thought. The tournament fund is almost up to $400. We're halfway through the donations phase. I would love to see another $100 come in for $500 total. I think we can do 5 brackets, 3 1 versus 1 brackets and 2 2 versus 2 brackets, and make this tournament a really big event. So if you feel like giving to help with the community awareness and pushing the promotion for this tourney, check out the PayPal address below in the comments. Project Insanity, which is hosting the tournament, is also down there with a link to the forums, and you guys should totally check that out. Alrighty guys, I will see you next time.